Hello lovely Gemini, welcome to September 2025, where we've got two eclipses. Always sound like Gollum when I do that. Eclipses. We've got two eclipses. We got a full moon eclipse in Pisces on the 7th. Oh, there's your card. And we've got a new moon partial solar eclipse on the 21st in Virgo. It's a big month, B-I-G, big month. And I was like calling in, because before I do a reading I'm like, folk lady dancing, let's call it in. And I just got a dolphin for you, just got a dolphin, look really happy, like playing around. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have a look and draw you a card from the Ocean Oracle. We're going to kick off with that. Before we throw around some tarot cards, we'll do a general reading. Then we're going to do a love reading at the bottom. There will be an extended love reading, so if you get to the end of the entire video and you want more, then there'll be a link and there'll be an extended love reading. Okay, this card that fell on the floor for you, and I don't know what these are, but it says it's a manatee. Surrender to spirit. Surrender to spirit. Now, Geminis, I love learning about you, so tell me things about you in the comments whenever you like, okay? Tell me secret things as well. Don't tell me the stuff everyone says. Everyone goes, Geminis are really chatty. They are. I mean, God, I've got loads of Gemini friends, brilliant for a party, because they flit around the room and they talk to people and they know how to do it, and that's all good. But there are other things with Geminis. So I also think Gemini can be resistant to their own intuition and resistant to, if you want to call it, spirit. So we've got surrender to spirit. I'm going to say that you already have had, yes. I also just pulled this, I think that's a giant squid. Inner power. I think you've had some hunches and you may not have realised, or you may have had them and thought, don't be so bloody silly. And you should be so silly, really, because Gemini's hunches are good. They don't necessarily stay the whole time. So for you, intuition or hunches are going to drop on your shoulder like a light butterfly and go, what about this? So pay attention, because I think you're going to get signs, and I think you're going to get signs that may want you to go in an opposite direction to the one that you might think is a good idea. Although I did just pull Polar Blair. That sounds like an actress, Polar Blair. Blessings. So we'll like that. But I think you might miss the blessings if you don't listen or heed or see the signs. Okay, Geminis are not normally, you're not always hanging around waiting for signs, because you're on to the next thing. You do want to be on to the next thing, and it's natural for you to want that. But there's just something here about sticking around and making sure you hear the messages you need to hear. I'm just looking for the box for the Ocean Oracle. And there it is. Okay. It also goes for anything weird and wonderful, such as tarot or anything, pendulum swinging, I don't know, full moon bathing, whatever you want to get up to, the weirder the better. Surrender to the weird. That's what I would say. Surrender to the weird stuff. 30 degrees in here today, Gemini, and I'm using a mic. It's my son's gaming mic. It looks like a massive dick. What can I say? It does. I can't take my eyes off it. Just like, I'm slightly afraid. So it's kind of, yeah. But at least you can hear me. At least you can hear me. Let's have a couple of tarot cards. We're using the Mythic Tarot. Okay, yeah, see, this is very down to earth. You might struggle with this energy, honestly. You might. Well, that's good. Except that I'm going to have to do that. Yeah, okay. The Star. So when we get the Star, I love this card. This is Pandora opening the box. And all the ills of the world come out, but so does the Fairy of Hope. Okay? So you're into the kind of woo-woo a little bit when you get this. It's, you know, it's manifesting, and the universe or spirit saying to you, what do you want, Gemini? What do you need from me? And it's a little bit like believe in magic, you know, because it believes in you. That's a channeled message. And it sounds like something really cheesy that someone would say, but I'm going to write it down because I think it's important. Believe. It believes in you. Maybe write that down, stick it on your fridge. Believe in magic. It believes in you. Do you believe in you? This is the question. Okay, so the Star. Manifesting, magic, hooking down a star, not settling. But the way you go about this, we get two very, very pedestrian cards. Two of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Now, let me just turn this microphone down a little bit. Just there. How's that? That's a bit better. It's all a bit new at the moment. Two of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is telling you there's a season for everything. So be sensitive, as well as sensitive to signs. Be sensitive to what season of your life are you in at the moment. Are you in a planting type season? Are you in a season where you sow the seeds and then you... I'm not good at gardening, okay, but are you in the bit where you pull all the cabbages up, or where you plant them? Or somewhere in between, you know, where here you can see all the different fields. Some are grown, some are half grown, some are not. There is a time to sow and a time to pick up what you sowed. Something from the Bible there, but not exactly a direct quote. Where are you at? It's important that you know, because we are in eclipse season. And eclipse season is big stuff. And that Pisces full moon eclipse on the 7th, major. Major weirdness, major manifesting, the shedding of anything that isn't emotionally good for you. So if you're in some job that you hate, which Geminis will do sometimes if they need to, well, we all will. If you need to pay the bills, you need to pay the bills. But let's say you're in a job that you know you're too good for, or you know it's not using your full capacity, or you're just bored out of your mind. It may become intolerable, where you just think, actually, too painful to stay the same. Cannot clock in next to Janet and her stupid adjustable chair and that piece of paper she puts on it every day and that mackerel that she microwaves in the staff canteen microwave thing. You know it. You know that person. Can't do it any longer. Sorry, Janet. You don't know if you're mad to work here, but it helps, mug, on the side. God, it's giving me flashbacks to my corporate days. So if you're in that, dream big, be the star, open the box, see what it all has to offer. Will it be easy? Maybe. It might, actually. I was going to say no, but that's not what I'm thinking. It might be an absolute breeze. Sometimes we're kind of hammering away at one door and the door next to it is just like, I was waiting for you all the time. I feel like you're ripe for the picking. I feel like you could be headhunted. I feel like you should box outside your league. You should go for careers, jobs, opportunities, people, situations that are above and beyond what you would normally do. You need to push yourself in this way. Okay. The Two of Pentacles here, this guy has got his jewellery making business going on Etsy. And he's hammering it out. He's got the grapes growing on the vine, so it's like he can pay his internet bill, all the rest of it. But he gets to do what he wants, and he's making it balance. It's Jupiter in Capricorn, which is a nice thing to have. So Jupiter, planet of expansion, Capricorn, a sign of restriction because it's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn's a bit like, I told you where the border was. You must stick to the rules. I am the health and safety planet. So if you imagine Jupiter like this going, yeah, man, it's summer of 69. And then you get Saturn going, yes, but what are the rules? Though the tension between creativity and harnessing that creativity is pretty cool. And that's what you get. He gets to be creative, but he built his table well. It's balanced on the pentacles. He's definitely got the grapes growing on the vine, which in tarot speak means, you know, he's making bank. So it's time for you to be daring. It's time for you to step outside your comfort zone. Most Geminis will stay in the comfort zone for a bit, but then you get itchy feet and you got to move, and that's your time. So particularly between the 7th of September or February, which nearly came out of my mouth, and the 21st, a time of great and deep exploration for you. Don't take it easy. Don't do the first thing. Go a bit deeper with it. What do you actually want? What is your heart's desire? And when we do your love reading in a minute, I bet that carries over into your love reading. 5 of Swords, Venus in Aquarius. I think we're looking here at the challenge. Venus in Aquarius, not so difficult for you as it is for other people, this, because it's when you're slightly playing a game of chess with somebody. But if you're a Gemini and you learn chess, you're probably going to beat a lot of people because you've got very quick minds. And you can, you know, chess requires you to think 6 moves ahead. Gemini can the Gemini brain can do like 3 chess games at once. It's like, bring me another, bring me another, bring me another. Let me know in the comments. So you can handle this level of gameplay. In fact, what I think is you may win on that kind of merit. So if somebody wants to take you on in a kind of passag, well, you did this and I'll do that. Go for it, because you'll win. I know. Do you know who you're dealing with? I can be in 2 places at once. High Priestess. Yeah, but don't forget to do this bit. This is Persephone, and she's going down into, or she's coming back up from Hades, I think, because she's got the pomegranate, which is always a sign. Women and pomegranates in tarot, they do a lot to get them. There's a big price to pay for a pomegranate. Pomegranates in the ancient, like, symbology or whatever you want to call it, because of all the seeds, they sort of represent fertility, but they represent like hidden knowledge. You've got some hidden knowledge. You've got the star, you've got the High Priestess, very divine, feminine, witchy, hidden, kind of seedy, pomegranate-y, ancient, wisdom-y type stuff. Make the most of it and believe yourself, and then act. Knight of Wands. Act on it. Act on it. I was going to do your love reading with other cards, but it's just telling me to do it here, so I'm going to do it with these. Now we're moving into the erection section. Oh, yes. Very nice. This is my old deck. So because YouTube used to get funny about nudity with me, of all people, of all the people that they've got on here that they could get funny with, it was me. Like you and your tarot corrupting the audience. I've had to get a gold pen and like draw bikinis on people and stuff like that. I know, I spent an afternoon, just me, my decks, and I said decks, and one of those permanent gold pens, like saying, can I put like a Greek toga over there? But I've got 2 decks. I've got one where I did that and one where I didn't, and this is the deck where I didn't. So you may see me putting my finger over. Or I could use a crystal actually, because I'm going to show you the cards. So let's just use a crystal. Put that there. And there. And there. Any more? No. So now that we've covered the TNA, let's get down to it. You got a rather nice love section going on here. I fancy your chances. Whether you, oh God, don't want to move that. It's like playing the blooming balloon game with feathers or balloons, isn't it? Do, 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 do. Okay. Swing. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, you got very decent love cards. We have the Page of Cups here. So, Page of Cups is, and it's interesting because this is Narcissus falling in love with his own reflection. And often when we fall in love or when love begins, it is very, you get limerence, don't you? Where you're kind of obsessed with yourself, you're obsessed with them, you're obsessed with them being obsessed with you, you know, you put the phone down first, that kind of feeling. But when we get the Page of Cups, just know there's some love in the room here. Now, of course, it depends on the other cards you get with the Page of Cups, but we're going straight into Eros and Psyche, and they're in the Two of Cups, which is Venus in Cancer, which is you put the phone down first, you know, no, you're brilliant, no, you're brilliant, I'm going to come rescue you and your soggy nighty, you've been sat on that rock too long, girl, and I've brought a cup and you've got a cup and we're going to exchange our cups and all will be well in the world. So this is nice. This is partnership opportunities. If you're single, you want to get out there, you want to pack away your apple packers and get your pearly thongs out. Let's go. Disco pants a go-go. You're good at chatting. You're good online. I know, and I would love to hear your opinion in the comments. Be gentle, because it always gets really, really boisterous when I say this. How do you feel about internet dating, Gemini? Because I think you're going to be good at it and I think it likes you. But that's just my opinion. As an air sign, I think, yeah, go forth. But you could tell me different. I'm not saying that there aren't like monstrously disappointing people out there. There are. But it only takes one, and you should feel lucky this month. Plus, we're in this very, you know, manifesty time where it just feels right. It feels lucky for you. It feels right. I'm telling you to get out there. If you don't like the internet dating, fair dues. But that means you've got to be browsing however else you're going to meet someone. Okay? Put yourself out there. It's an order. I'm pointing my finger. Here it is. Oh, look at that. Actually, you get... I'm not going to say that because that just sounded really rude. Okay, so if you are in a situationy situation or something that is not completely resolved, looks like it's moving forwards towards Two of Cups, and I'm liking that. So this can be a development, an uptick. Yes, we love it. Seven of Cups, though, has come to warn us. So, Seven of Cups, this is Aphrodite, and that is Psyche, who is praying to Aphrodite, okay? Praying. She's praying that Eros comes round, you know, with a takeaway, bottle of wine, and a DVD of The Notebook, or whatever it is people prayed for back in 1998. Don't know why I chose then. But notice Aphrodite is pointing to cups that are in the clouds. Now, tarot, when you get goddesses, especially goddesses of love, pointing, and this is Venus or Aphrodite, pointing at cups in the sky, they're going, girl, bring it down to earth. So what I'm telling you is there's a lot of... If this was a blow dry, right, and we were blow drying your hair, we'd be putting a lot of height with the Page of Cups and the Two of Cups. But then we'd be like, wow, have we just made this like Melanie Griffiths in 1986 Working Girl? Which was a good look for the time, actually. And Sigourney Weaver was perfect in that movie. But maybe too much for now. So we're bringing it back down a bit. We're naturalising. Think of it in terms of that. Just bringing it down from the clouds. Bringing it down. Anchoring it a little bit. Okay? Important. Then we get the... I don't know why I want to say it. Do you know, those of you that watch Big Brother, when they're going, dear it. Monica's by the hot tub. Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, which is... I'm in a funny mood today, by the way. I'm always in a funny mood when I do the Gemini reading. I think I turn into a Gemini. It's just like my brain goes diddly 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 do like that. Eight of Pentacles. Here's our chap. And he is working hard. He's moved from, you know, I would say his little Etsy business. And now he's becoming more of a, what do they call it when it's this? They call it a something business. Cottage industry. That's it. A cottage industry, thumping out those pentacles. But they're all the same. And it's Sun in Virgo, this card. And that means work and service. And that's why he's doing the service. Okay. So there's something here about maintenance in your love life. There's some kind of scaffolding that I'm getting channeled to me. This could be of an existing relationship. We also get Page of Wands. So I'm going to say fire sign people as well are very well aspected for you. We've got the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands. Also, fire signs are very exciting and you are easily bored. Now, if it's not fire sign, it's somebody with that kind of, you know, voom about them. I like this. Tell me. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. That's so weird. Sneaky beaky, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, right. Don't rush anything. Because the Seven of Swords, I love this Seven of Swords. I think it's my favourite Seven of Swords. Because it's nighttime, you know, that's a king. He's nicked the swords. He's by the castle wall. We've got some ruins. Bit of a sort of, it's an eclipse card, okay? So remember that we've got, I'm going to say this is to do with the 7th, the full moon lunar eclipse. Anything, and I said this to the Cancerians as well, anything that is not for you must go by you, okay? Anything that is shady, underhand, insecure, crumbling, you just know it's not right, let it go. Don't rush. Remember that 7 of Cups, okay? Anything that seems too good to be true is too good to be true. That's the way that it works. For some of you, there may be a big rush of chemistry. There's a lot here with the 2 of Cups, and there's a lot in your love life. There's a lot happening, and I'm really pleased to see it. But at the same time, don't move too fast and don't let anybody rush you, okay? Don't let anybody rush you at this point, because you're going to miss something important. We're at a very pivotal time of the year where I think people's lives are going to be changed. Let's take a couple of oracle cards. In the extended reading, I'm going to look, I mean, I've got a lot to look at. I'm going to look at the page. Where's it coming from, this relationship? 2 of Cups, what's going on with this love? 7 of Swords, what do we need to be wary of? What do we need to work on? Tell me about the other person. So we'll, hello. We will also look at how do they feel about you? What is going on? What do we need to know about the sneaky beakies of it all? Oracle cards that you get are Between Worlds, and you are between worlds. And of course, if you are between worlds, we would always be wanting to be walking from the monochrome black and white into the whole, you know, I'm a flamingo and we're all in Technicolor like it's the Queen's coronation. Exchanging gifts. Exchanging gifts is a really, really important card, because exchanging gifts is about, is there not necessarily an equal energy exchange, but is there an energy exchange, or is it all me, or is it all them, or is there no energy at all in the connection? What is going on? Where is the energy exchange? I love this for you. Okay, it's making me itchy. I'm excited. I'm going to go and do your extended reading. The link is below in the description box. I will see you on the other side. Leave me a comment, hit the like button. Namaste.